Hi everybody, I'm Sarah from Rainbow Services and I'm just going to tell you about our journey in personalising home care within Wigtonshire and the project. I brought along some pancakes for you today to enjoy, some buttered and some non-buttered, and a couple of handouts just in case you can't see the screen. Okay, so this is our journey so far. Back in March 2015, myself and Alice Abbott, who's actually my mother, the Managing Director, first met Helen Sanderson and Michelle and the commissioners from De Vries and Galloway about a new project that we're going to do in association with Helen Sanderson Associates. And we were so motivated, we came out, we were really excited. And then we chose two members of our management to go along to the management meetings, which was Jim and Julie. And they came back and they were so enthusiastic about getting everything done. And we thought, this is going to be the real change for us. We're going to see a real difference in our organisation. Well, how wrong were we in this journey? Disaster happened. Julie resigned on the 26th of May. Work just became chaotic. We'd done three 2-pay transfers in an 8-month period. And the day-to-day of home care, as we all know, isn't just an easy day-to-day job. You never know what's coming round the corner. So, what's happened from there? We were drowning. We were absolutely drowning. We had all this investment put into as an organisation. We felt so lucky to be part of the project. And myself and Alice were at the meeting and we thought, oh my goodness, other companies are doing more things. We have really lost our way and we've really got the opportunity to take time out and really turn things around. And we came to our last leadership meeting on the 10th of September with Michelle, and Michelle that day was just wonderful, and it was almost like a line in the sand for us, and we absolutely turned around, and it's just been amazing from that day to where we are now. So what's happened? We completed our team foundation at Castle Douglas yesterday, which I'll go on to later and tell you more about. We've done 2 more person-centred reviews. And I'm going to talk to you about the feedback on a lady called Jean Haney who lives in Stranraer and what's happened since her review, which is actually unbelievable. And the main thing about this is we've talked about the barriers in home care and how we can't change things because we don't get the time. And actually it's the small things that make a difference, and this will become pretty clear when I think Jean's thing is just inspirational. Okay, so we've completed the team foundation. All the Rainbow Services original clients and team within Stranraer have all got a 1-page profile. We've completed the 3 person-centred reviews, as I said, and we've also taken over a new service within Stranraer. And what we've done there is we have actually changed our person-centred care plan due to what we've learned through Helen Sanderson. And this is going to be really instrumental rather than a tick box of do you use conditioner in your hair. It's really about the person and what's important to them and what their outcomes are going to be. And at this moment in time, out of that new service, we've actually completed 12 of those. And although that's taken a bit more time to put them in, I clearly think this is going to be the foundation to give a great service to these new clients that we've taken on in the Stranraer area. Okay, so there's our team foundation in the smallest photo in the world, but it's there if anybody would like to look at it. But the really key thing about this is in Castle Douglas, we had 2 teams put together in our office, and it really was a frightening thing for the other team that came into it. And also the team there was a pretty new team. This gave us the foundation. The team foundation gave us the opportunity to bring those teams together. We're lucky that Michelle had came along, done the coaching day and started the process. I finished the process this week with the team, and the most important thing that I feel came out of it, this is Caroline McCormick, who was the service manager of Premier Home Care, who we've been delighted to join our team, but she wasn't coping with the change. She was emotional. She wasn't happy. It wasn't our fault, but she couldn't understand what had happened. And you know, at 5 years in the same position, it's very hard to move into a new team. Even the noise in the office was distressing her. But she said after doing that with the team, she felt part of a team because she'd seen the 1-page profile. She understood the other people within the office. And now, not being at a separate company. She now feels part of Rainbow Services and part of the office team in Castle Douglas. So if anything, that would have been good enough from what we've done for the last 6 months. I was just so proud when I completed this. I couldn't believe the enthusiasm of all our management team. Before it would be like pulling teeth from them, but for some reason they feel that Helen Sanderson project is the way forward. So every one of them came up with a thing, because at first they said, well, what is our team purpose? I goes, it's not my team purpose, it's your team purpose, because you need to believe. And the interesting conversations that came up was, people said, we want to give an excellent service. And I said, but what is an excellent service? What is an excellent service to you isn't an excellent service to someone else? And then someone said, but it should be about the national care standards. I said, the national care standards needs to be a given. So it's about us excelling the national care standards. So those conversations just opened the things up. They talked about being on the same page, but everybody's page maybe isn't the same page, because they're not all reading off the same book, because they might be in training, they might be coordinating, they might be running the team. So those conversations actually brought together exactly what we were looking for, as you can see again on that, providing a quality service exceeding the national care standards. They wanted to be approachable, supportive, firm but fair with the team, and they wanted transparency, and they wanted to achieve the company goals. And I couldn't have asked for that. If I'd written them myself, I would have been proud of them, but I was proud that it came out their mouth, so it was a result. Okay, so I'll go on to the person-centred reviews. We've got a lady called Catherine who lives in Stranraer, and her and her husband have had a really nice life. He's a doctor, but unfortunately she took a stroke. And her passion was the garden. Now, to be honest, in our normal reviews, we wouldn't have really picked up. We would have known what our medication was, had our communication changed, all those basic things. But she said, I really miss going to doing the stuff in the garden. But unfortunately, because of my stroke, my left side isn't moving the same. So what's going to happen is her husband's going to buy some pots, and she's going to get a seat that she can sit in and sit in the kitchen and be able to plant in the kitchen into pots or hanging baskets. So that's a move forward, and once again, it doesn't take any more time to do it. We just need some kit, and she's going to be able to get a bit of her passion back. The other lady we've got is Jane. She's an amputee, and she's a really, really independent woman. And in the review, what I put her on as well is that it's not always that we do something different, it's just about maybe understanding someone better. She has got a really fulfilled life, but the one thing she would like to see is her son more. But unfortunately, her son lives too far away in his work commitments. We, unfortunately, as an organisation can't change that, but we can acknowledge it, that why she might be having a bad day. But she gets out 5 days a week to the day centre. She's got a scooter that she goes and sees her friends at the weekend. So actually, she's really happy. But the key was, Jim, our monitoring compliance manager, really got to know Jane for the first time ever. And we've had Jane for over 3 years, and he never knew how she lost her leg. But because of the way the conversation went, she told him all about what had happened to her. And I think that was really a step in the right direction. But here's the really exciting stuff. This is a lady called Jean Haney. She wanted more time in the morning because she's got bad arthritis. She's in real pain, so she wanted more time. She wanted to make pancakes, so that's why I've got the pancakes here today. But she couldn't make pancakes because she was too sore to move. She wanted more kit in the house so that she could keep her independence. So she wanted an OT assessment but felt nobody was listening to her. So what's happened? What's happened is from the 31st of August, Jean has got 15 minutes extra every morning. The wet room that she would really love to have in her house, the grant application is currently with her family to fill in. And I hope she gets that lovely bathroom, because I'd like that bathroom in my house. And here's Jean. Now, I've got to be honest, she didn't completely make the pancakes, but she'd done part of the process. And if you look at her face, how delighted is she? And it's just one of those, it was like a light bulb moment to us to realise how we can change things by taking on everything we've learned in the project. So, I just want to put some comments from myself, Alice and Jim from what we've learned. Here's Jim Hosey, our monitoring compliance manager, smiling for once. And he said to me last week, he said, I used to go through the motions, my reviews, and now he's really getting to know people and he's feeling he's making a difference in people's lives. So for me, if we've made a difference to those 3 people that we've done the person-centred reviews, if that's all we ever done, that is a result, but this has given us the momentum to really move things forward. This lady used to be at our opportunity centre, and it just captures everything why I'm working in care. The smile in her, the smile in me. We were in Troon that day and we just had such a fabulous day. But I really believe if we can do this right, we are on the start of a really special journey. And here's Alice, my mother. She just says it's just so exciting. The real changes happen for us from the 10th of September, and I truly believe that this is going to make things different for us in our organisation and the people that we support. Okay.